Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. Hey, don't sit so close to the TV or ruin your eyes. That's right. Welcome back to another episode of the Salty and Petty podcast. She's a little bit salty.
He's a whole lot of petty because he's determined to make that the thing happen. And together we make the Salty and Petty Show. Duh.
You got him. You got it. If no one else is going to make you famous, you have to make yourself famous, little hellfire.
I want to be infamous, famous.
The little hellfire. All right, kids. Yes, this time we're going to talk some obscure 90s TV shows. And will every pick be obscure? You be the judge. You be the judge. And I'll never be able to tell how obscure they are because I know anything I threw out, Little Hellfire will probably be like, I know that show.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like I said, I was a 90s kid and a latchkey kid, so...
Yeah, me too.
I've seen a lot of TV. Like, just a lot of really bad TV.
But, well, yeah, you're alive in the 90s, yes.
Like, all of the 90s I remember. That's the crazy thing. Just old enough to be able to actually have consciousness in, like, 1990, so... Like, I spawned in and I have memories from, like, 1990, so it's kind of funny.
I know, I feel bad. I mean, I was born in 78, so my consciousness first popped up in the 80s, so I was like, oh. All right.
Everybody loves cocaine.
What was it? I've never done cocaine, especially when I was 6, Little Hellfire. Go on.
Everyone loves cocaine.
I know, we can't all be Drew Barrymore.
Oh!
No, that's a sad...
I know. Yeah, I know.
I love me some Drew. One of my favorite Nepo babies. I've said this before. All right. I have a lot. It's not like just 10. I have a lot. If you were alive in the 90s and you watched a lot of TV because you were a latchkey kid or whatever, you'll probably know these. But if you were just like bumming around in the 90s, there's no way you know something.
If you had a life, you might not know some of these
shows. If you had a life in the 90s, you probably don't know these shows. So I'm gonna start with should I start with this one? Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Yes. You know what? I was looking at that and I was like, is that obscure? I guess.
But I guess obscure.
It is. It was on oh my God. A lot of my picks are, okay. Some of the picks are Fox shows. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my shows are Fox shows. Because, I mean, they were a fledgling network just trying to figure it out. And I, for the life of me, did not remember that this lasted for 3 seasons. I could have sworn this was a one and done.
No, I was pretty sure it was.
They moved it around a lot because it was like one of their Sunday staples when it first premiered. And
yeah,
after they moved it off of Sundays, I never watched it again.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was still on after Sundays. Yeah, I remember watching it on Sundays. Yeah.
So yeah, I always thought this was just like a one and done, but like it's really funny. Like Corin Nemec, I think he went on to do like Canadian stuff or something. Who plays the lead title? It's just this got took the place of that Ferris Bueller based show that had Jennifer Aniston. So it was like those two came out at the same time, and Parker Lewis ended up going on to be a little more successful. So I always find that kind of funny because like whatever happened to him? Let me see whatever happened to him.
Oh my.
Let's see. Lake Placid versus Anaconda, Bundy and American Icon. Yeah, no, nothing.
I was gonna say a bunch of like made for TV movies and stuff.
Yeah, like D-list made for. Made for movies. Poor babes. Poor babes.
Yeah, cause I remember like be scrolling around the Dow and come across some like made for TV movie, and I'm just like, oh yeah, it's the Parker Lewis guy.
Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, I
But
remember
that
that.
theme song was amazing. So if
Oh
you
yeah,
are a fan, everybody knows the Parker. If you're a fan of it, you know that theme song. The '90s are we should get into iconic TV show themes one of these days. The list is
yes.
so long, we'll have to do a couple, but that's definitely up there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just a comedic high school take on high school life.
Yeah. So what's your first pick?
I was trying to. Okay, this one I never like full. Well, I saw a few episodes, but a lot of times it was just on in the background. Then okay, this was an NBC show. Saturday mornings. I think they were trying to capitalize on the popularity of Saved by the Bell. You ever heard of California Dreams?
Oh, that was on my list. Oh, listen. I got
Five
too old for
seasons.
bugs.
5 seasons.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. I if you don't know, I'm a huge Saved by the Bell fan. I was a huge NB. What do they say? TNBC. So like I saw it
Yes,
all. Like I mean I watched Saved by the Bell even the college years. So I have college years on DVD.
that's
So
why
yeah,
she's the
no,
way
I
she
am
is,
very
kids.
familiar. I'm very familiar with California Dreams. They had a lot of different, really terrible. Now that I look back, shows
Yeah,
that they tried to like do the Saved by the Bell formula for. But yeah, 5 seasons. It was pretty cool because it's like kids about with the band.
yeah,
And I'm
sibling.
pretty sure that they based it on that episode of Saved by the Bell where they had a band. I'm pretty sure that because it's the same creator
Hmm.
that made this one that made Saved by the Bell, and I'm pretty sure that's what they based the show on. So
Yes,
fun fact.
first aired in 1992, kids.
Yeah. So I'll keep it in the teen drama. And it only lasted one season, and people just never know what I'm talking about. But the Secret World of Alan X. You had to be a Nickelodeon kid. Like screw you, Disney kids. You know what I mean? You had to be a Nick kid. But the Secret World of Alex Mack. Yeah, it's really cool. It ran from like '94 to. Oh no, wait. This had more seasons too. Dang you, mother!
Whoa!
Yeah, I actually, she did actually ban me from TV for a while because I did watch a lot of TV. This is 4 seasons. Now I'm gonna have to go find it. I always just assumed it was one season because nobody knows what I'm talking about. Even like the quote unquote diehard Nick kids, they don't know. They don't
I
ever know what I'm talking about.
I really didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking about. I remember seeing the commercials and ads and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a really fun show. So she's like, she gets splashed with some chemicals. And she finds some superpowers. She has like the electricity out of the fingers, that one, and she can morph into a blob of goo.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was giving female Jet Jackson basically. Like one is like in the vein of that. So yeah, I don't think anything ever happened to anybody on that show, unfortunately. But they were. I remember it just being a really good, fun show. Let me see what happened to Larissa Onlink.
It almost reminds me of there's another show. It started in 1988, but I think it ran to the early 90s. My Secret Identity with a young Jerry O'Connell gets
Oh,
superpowers.
now that's definitely not obscure, but it's a good show. Oh, okay. So the girl from the Secret World of Alex Mack, actually, if you know anything about late '90s teen rom com, she is the sister to Julia Stiles in 10 Things I Hate About You, and she was also in the Babysitters Club. So, and she was what's his face's girlfriend on Third Rock, the Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character.
Oh
That's his
yeah.
girlfriend. So that's the lead actress of that show.
You were all about the Babysitters Club, weren't you, so far?
No, I am actually a Sweet Valley High kid. And a Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys kid. Yeah. If it had a book and a TV show, I was there even at a young age. Except for you, American girls, you can sit down.
Man, they try. I don't know about Nancy Drew, but they tried to make the Hardy Boys a thing for the longest time because I remember as a kid, they had like the original books in our library at school, and I read like a lot of the original books. And then like in the '90s, they kind of tried to do like a reboot. Like they
Yep.
came back with like more modern.
And
Yeah.
they had a TV show. It was the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys like hour, but I
Yes, I
think
do
it was
remember
like
that.
the '70s, and then they like started doing the reruns, and then they tried to reboot it in the '90s after Goosebumps got popular. That kind of flopped, and the Nancy Drew on CW just recently kind of flopped. So like,
You know what?
it's one of those things. It's like, babes, it's a book series. It's iconic. Just leave it alone.
I
Looking at you, Harry Potter TV show on HBO, or excuse me, Max.
I barely remember that Nancy Drew Hardy Boys show from like, yeah, it must have been the '70s. They must, I think they reran it in the '80s. I remember
Yeah.
just in the '80s being a kid and running across it, and like the only thing I remember is
It was awful.
I think like Nancy Drew. The only thing I remember, she was like stuck on it. She was like someone trapped her on a Ferris wheel or something, or something, some like carnival ride. I'm like, what the hell? This is this.
Yeah. Like, okay, so like the Hardy Boys were more like, hard boiled wannabe Sherlock Holmes, but hers had more like supernatural elements a lot of the time. So I never really knew why they tried to merge them, but whatever. I think you're up next.
Well, you know why? They wanted to do, they wanted to get
It's
Nancy.
the same reason why Isis and Shazam had the Power Hour. I know. And it's like why She-Ra is He-Man's twin. Just give me my own original property, please. And that's why Barbie has endured for so long. Because Ken's the stupid accessory, as all men should be.
Oh, Lilith Hellfire.
As all men should be. Barbie raised me. I mean, I'm a Bratz fan, but Barbie raised me.
If Lilith Hellfire's life has any meaning.
That's the only lesson that I took from Barbie. Men should be nothing but accessories, and you should have a constant barrage of jobs because of the pay gap. She was on to something.
You walk 2 steps behind me.
Yeah, hold my purse and don't say nothing except for, gee, you look pretty. And are you ready for lunch? Just call me Iris West.
You hold my purse or it's going in your prison purse.
I would never ruin my good leather in such a fashion.
Wow. It's in his prison purse.
All right. All right. This one, I thought it got more than one season. My memory is.
The 90s were hazy, man.
I know.
It was all the Cheeto and Dorito dust that they gave us.
It had to be. All right. So I guess it got one season in 1994 to 1995, and then it says something about 1997. But do you remember the Fox show m.a.n.t.i.s?
No. What was that about?
It was kind of like a superhero show starring Carl Lumley.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Here's the synopsis. A paralyzed African American scientist builds a powerful exoskeleton in order to walk again and uses his new abilities to fight crime.
A black superhero? Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah. That was it Fox?
It was Fox. Yeah.
That was probably like when they were trying to put something on after X-Files. I remember they tried that for like years. Maybe.
I mean, the suit's not even the best either. It's kind of like it almost looks like a black suit with just like a bunch of wires and stuff hanging off it. But yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm trying to remember. He had like was it like a flying car or something? But like the headquarters, I think was like in the river.
Oh, nah, still doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you stumped me.
You need the. I'm surprised. I'm like superhero stuff. I'm like it's probably might be Lilith Hellfire's thing here. Yeah, what's it say? 94 to 95, and then 1997.
Maybe they tried to bring it back or put it in the syndication or something.
Yeah, I can. I barely remember the plots to any episodes, but yeah, I'd be interested in your opinion. But
I will put that on the list to track down. For sure. Okay, I mean, I've mentioned this show before, but again, I'm a huge super fan of the franchise, so I don't meet too many people who actually know what Baywatch Nights is. It ran from 1995 to 1997 in first run syndication, and it's a spinoff, and they're in Hawaii. and it's more about their personal lives. So yeah,
I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched it. I don't think I watched an episode.
I've seen all episodes. I've seen all episodes of Baywatch and all episodes. And you know the thing about Baywatch is like for me, I thought it was first run syndication, but apparently NBC dropped the ball after the
Hmm.
first season. Like they kept trying to retool it, and then they just said, you know what, we're tired of the suits meddling. We're just gonna try our luck with first run syndication.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was like, NBC, you dropped the ball on that, babes.
Of course, they tried to spin something out of Baywatch.
They try. I think they tried more than once. I think there's like 2 or 3 other backdoor pilots during the original run of Baywatch or something like that. Like
Hell,
backdoor. Yeah. David Hasselhoff. Yeah.
because I mean, as ridiculous as and as much fun as people make fun of it, I mean, that was like the most watched show in the
It
world
really
at one
was.
point there. Okay, I wonder why. Uh,
It's a simple premise. Beautiful people with an interesting job that you don't know. Like, who really knows how much goes into a lifeguarding job and like a professional lifeguard, not like the kid at the
who
pool in the summer. So,
who
like, I thought it was really interesting premise.
who had the supernatural ability to run in slow motion?
Exactly. And bounce.
Oh, Pam Anderson.
Bouncing in slow motion is
Pam Anderson was the queen of bounce, kids. The 90s.
yeah.
Hold on, I just wanted to show you. I found. Wait a minute. I found a picture. I found a ad for Mantis because I think they actually did advertise this on like a backs of comics and stuff. See, look at that suit. Not the best.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. That the director of Darkman, something else obscure. Great job.
Yeah, but that's not a
The
TV
writer
show.
of Bet, the director of Darkman.
I love
What
it's
did
like
the mantis stand for?
I forget. It is some. It was something about the
They
exoskeleton.
really
I
wanted
forget.
it to be
Yeah.
mantis.
Yeah. But again, yeah. I mean, look at your all the super. That's all the superhero cred you needed in the 90s. And it's like, of course, the Batman movie, of course, but Dark Man.
Ooh, like that is a reach, bud. You might as well say the Shadow at that point.
And again, 1994, that was your superhero cred. Batman movie and Dark Man.
Yeah, it could have been worse. It could have been Supergirl.
Oh, well, that was the 80s. So they're just again by the 90s. I think they're like, yeah, let's forget about that.
Oh, they literally tried to erase it off the face of the earth. It is so hard. Up
Oh,
until very
yeah.
recently, it was very hard to find a copy of it, and they never like sold the rights to streaming and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm like, it wasn't that bad.
I mean,
I
you
mean,
had.
Wonder Woman 2 exists, so it's
I mean,
not that bad.
I mean, I'm sorry, Charlie, but I mean, you're still out there selling the rights to Superman 3, and they're like, no, you're not going to put Supergirl out there. Really?
Apparently, Superman 3 has his face. It's a shocking revelation to me.
No,
Shocking.
I mean, we personally know two of them.
Two. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
That's an interesting artistic choice.
I mean, I do have my bias, but and I love Richard Pryor. That's the crazy thing. Like, I love Richard Pryor, and I still don't. I'm like,
Yeah, but he had like more adult humor, and it's like he really couldn't bring his full powers to bear on a Superman, and
I was
Christopher
like,
Reeve
well, if that's
Superman
the
movie.
case, you should have made Gene Wilder, not Gene Hackman, Lex Luthor. Like, duh, recast if you're gonna do that.
Oh, I know.
Big brain moves, baby. Big brain moves.
Well, that's the other thing. It's like Superman 3. I mean, there was no Luthor, there was no Lois, except for like the very beginning and very end. It's like, were people getting vibes?
It's one of those studio movies where you're just like,
were people getting vibes?
Don't know what they're doing.
Were people getting vibes? Were like, half the cast ain't showed up for this movie. I don't know.
We're gonna make it work. I'm like, you're not Tim Gunn, babes. You're not Tim Gunn. I think my next one will be Erie, Indiana. Again, as somebody who is a fan of both the Goosebumps books and the TV show, this was the vibes. This was the vibes right here.
I do remember hearing
it only
about,
had 19 episodes.
Yeah.
But it was it's about a poor kid who moves from New Jersey of all places to this little tiny creepy town, Erie, Indiana.
From where?
That's I can't even say it anymore. The Hive of Scum and Villainy.
Oh.
And so they got okay, so this is the thing. They have Elvis showing up, and then his dad is like a scientist who does like product testing for a company, and it's just all so weird. And his mom has a party planning business, and a mall. Like, it's so 90s, it hurts. I think it's if I remember right, it's like 1995.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think a lot of stuff we picked is like it seems like the mid '90s is a focal
It
point.
was wild.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think Fox is really truly to blame in a lot of that, how first run syndication came about, like the success of Star Trek Next Generation and first run syndication and things like that. And so they were just kind of like on a roll at that point. Just whatever, throw us what you got.
Well, again, too, I think like once Fox started, once they got like emboldened by like the success of stuff of like Married with Children and The Simpsons, they're just like, yeah, let's try it. Anything, try it. Throw it at me. We'll try it. Throw it in. Go ahead, throw it in. All right, you ready for my next one?
Let's do it. What you got?
All right, here it is. This is the Canadian show I was talking about. Went from 92 to 96. The only reason I know of this show is because for some reason my local Fox affiliate ran it in syndication. I think it was on a Saturday night. It might have been, it was either like midnight or 1 a.m. every Saturday night. Have you ever heard a show called Forever Night?
Actually, yes.
With a K?
Yeah. I do know the show you're talking about. That's almost as obscure as the next one I'm going to talk about. But no, yeah, that thing was weird, man.
I know.
Observed, for me, it was 1 a.m. It was 1 a.m.
Nick Knight is an 800-year-old vampire working as a homicide detective on the graveyard shift in modern-day Toronto.
Do you know, it kind of gives me, I don't know if anybody remembers this show. It's very recent. I think it's from 2015. It was that show Forever on ABC starring the guy that played Reed Richards in the original Fantastic Four, right? And it was like, it came out at the same time as like iZombie, and everybody was thinking it was like the same premise. But like, yeah, that's the vibes that Forever Night gives. It's very similar.
Yeah.
Except for he's a morgue guy, and for Forever Night, he's a police guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I just remember, and of course, then you'd always do like the Highlander style flashbacks to like his former life as a vampire, and he always had like this other old vampire guy.
My favorite character was that guy, Captain Joe. That guy was the best.
And at some point, like when he started, he had a male partner. And then at some point, I guess he gets killed, and they bring in like the blonde female partner.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, I know a lot of obscure Canadian TV. I don't know. Oh, well, I do know why. When I was growing up, my grandma lived in the Detroit area, so they
I got the signal.
Canadian signals, and so yeah, I do, and like I think, and like I for the longest time as a kid thought Degrassi was just like kind of like obscure, but apparently it went on to great success and even spun a Grammy Award winning rapper. So what do I know? But the original Degrassi, like the stuff that's based on the documentary that started on PBS, like that's my Degrassi. Like I don't know what that stuff that came on Nickelodeon after all the drama. Like I don't know what that is.
Is that the one Kevin Smith was obsessed with?
Is it?
I thought there was one he was obsessed with.
Creepy. The more I learn about Kevin Smith, the creepier he gets. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I'll see your Forever Night, and I will give you Nightman, based on a comic book. Now this about Johnny Domino, a jazz musician who gains superpowers.
I don't know what's a better name.
And it's 2 seasons.
I don't know. I don't know what's a better.
44 episodes.
I don't know what's a better name, Johnny Domino or Nick Knight.
No. Look it up and put the picture of Nightman up. You have to see this. This is
Oh yeah.
ridiculous.
All right. Hold on.
This is what we
Find it.
had, guys. You're
Oh,
so
yeah.
spoiled.
I mean
I'll
the.
see your mantis and give you a Nightman.
Oh my god. Even Google was trying to autocorrect me to Night Manager. I'm like no.
Not looking for a job.
Oh my, that's right. Because again, I thought this suit looked weird enough in the comics itself, but oh yeah.
No TV adaptation in the late 90s. Forget it.
Forget about
it. This is worse than the.
Oh, we're gonna go there.
Well, I mean, it's not a 90s show, but we can talk worst superhero TV shows sometime, sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we will go there.
Another
That
one
show traumatized me.
Another one that barely scratched out one season. Give me a second here. Oh jeez. All right. And wait, all right, kids, and I give you the goodness. That is Nightman.
Oh, but I'm gonna tell you what, that theme song, it slapped. It was like a jazzy little saxophone number. The theme song slapped, not gonna lie. And then the ending credit song slapped too, so.
I'll tell you, it's such a good superhero show that I really wasn't even watching it, so there you go, kids.
I mean, it's really truly obscure. Like, it came on in the middle of the night everywhere, and like, I think you're the first person that even knows what the hell I'm talking about.
Oh no, I remember seeing ads, and I stumbled across it once or twice. Yeah,
it was never on like any of the big markets for me. It was always on like I think mine came on cable on WGN at like 2 a.m. or something like that.
Huh.
It was like right before all the infomercials started is when I had a little bit. I stayed up playing video games and a lot as a kid, so like I get tired of like, all right, what's on TV? Oh no, I hope it's not that Celine Dion infomercial. Anytime that blows your ears out.
I mean, anytime I would stumble across this show, I swear I would always get to the party like playing the saxophone. I'm like, what is this?
It killed it every time. And that was like right before the commercial break every time, so you just turn it off. You're like, never mind. You get like 7 minutes of action, hit this saxophone scene, and you're like, nope. I'm not this bored.
You know what the weirdest thing was? It wasn't it was an original show, but it was like, and this was just the Saturday night syndication thing reminded me.
Yep.
They used to take Tales from the Crypt.
Yes.
And they would replay them in syndication on like on a network, on a regular network. So they would take out all the good stuff, like the profanity and the nudity. And I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've had HBO my whole life.
So. Yeah.
And that reminded me of it's actually one of the best quote unquote comic book based shows ever. So technically, which as I reminded you last night, Phil, being technically right is the best form of being right.
I guess so.
No, but I do have I have a couple of really old Tales from the Crypt comic books, and I mean, like, it's kind of crazy the things that they got away with originally, and then like the comic. I see why the Comic Book Code Authority was invented. I do. I really do.
I haven't looked. Does Max have those on there or?
No.
No.
I'm aware of.
I was gonna say.
I would be watching the hell out of that.
I know. I was gonna say. We
could double check. They might. It's so hard to find things, especially since the new.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible.
Because I was gonna say, if we can find a place to watch it, man, we could do an episode on Tales from the Crypt. Oh, that could be a Halloween episode.
We could do the movie anyway too.
Oh, that's true. You know what? Oh, at some point we need to get the Spawn animated series too.
Yeah, we've been threatening that forever.
Yes. So we might have some October content here.
Oh, spooky content. Oh, it's on Hulu allegedly.
Okay. Why Hulu? Why doesn't Max have that?
Maybe it's only one episode of the movie. I can't tell.
That's so weird.
Oh, look, everybody's asking, why is Tales of the Crypt not on HBO Max? I think, you know what? It might be a rights issue.
Oh, probably.
It's nowhere now.
Hmm.
I think it'd probably be easier to find one of the movies. They have a couple of movies.
Might have to set
We might
sail.
have to start a petition, actually. Like maybe that'll get us famous.
Oh, there you go. And might have to. I was gonna say right now, if I want to watch it, I might have to set sail on the USS Lilith Hellfire.
Yeah, I
Arr,
think that'll
arr.
be my goal. Actually, is to
Pirates,
find it.
arg.
I know I have a few VHS tapes somewhere in storage. Probably in the California desert. Um,
Oh
we'll
my!
put on there.
Did they ever put that? I wonder if did they ever put that on DVD or Blu? Or I'm sure they probably didn't do Blu-ray. Did they ever put that on DVD?
You know what? I don't think so.
Hmm.
Oh no, I see them. Okay, but they're all on okay. Oh, Amazon's gonna rip you off, but that's fine. No, I see them. Yeah, they have them. We can find them definitely. If it's on DVD, I don't have to pirate it. So that's all. Pirating is a messy deal. And if you own them, you don't have to feel guilty about pirating them. See?
Exactly. Oh,
Okay, yeah, they're pretty cheap.
oh wait, yeah. What is this for is this the whole series? I'm seeing $60. Oh yeah, the complete series on DVD for $60. I'm seeing that.
You know that transfer though is terrible. You just know it. I mean,
I
look
know.
at the cover. Somebody made this. This isn't. I feel like this isn't from Warner Brothers, but I'm gonna buy it anyway. Let's make sure that this is the one that I'm looking at is actually for the U.S. region. You have to be careful about that on
Oh
eBay and
yeah.
oh, they got complete
Oh wait,
series
wait,
for the
wait,
dark
wait.
side too.
Wait, Walmart has the complete series for like $43.
Oh, honestly, I trust Walmart more than I trust. Sometimes.
Well, I'm just saying Walmart's not going to let somebody who just like
Yeah. Either way, yeah, totally. I'll put it in order if you want to definitely do something on Tales from the Crypt for spooky season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kids, and yeah, Prime Day's coming up, so.
Prime Day ain't what it used to be.
I know.
They don't even sell the barrels of lube anymore. I mean, just as I'm trying to make love bots.
Wow!
I can't get a freaking 2-ton barrel of freaking lube.
Scream at!
I'm just saying.
My.
Prime Day ain't what it used to be. I mean, I have taken a break from my relationship with Amazon, so.
Come on, Amazon. Lilith Hellfire needs her barrels of lube.
Tap, tap, tapping my way downtown.
And 99% alcohol.
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
Highly flammable.
Whoa!
I think your pick was next.
I might be out of picks. Oh, you know what I was looking at? Like, I really wasn't even like the biggest fan of it either. But is it obscure? I don't know. I never knew if it was like as big as they trying to make it to be. Remember that early '90s show on ABC, Dinosaurs?
No, it's not obscure because it was right when they decided to make TGI Fridays a thing. TGIF,
Okay. Yeah.
Remember? It was like one of those, but like it only got one season, and the ending of that show, spoilers for a 30-year-old show, they get hit by a fucking meteor.
Well, they were dinosaurs.
I was like, what? But yeah, Not the Mama is iconic. It's iconic. If you're a 90s kid and you look at another 90s kid and you say Not the Mama and they don't bust out laughing, you can't be friends with them. You can't be friends with them. They didn't live a good childhood if they don't know dinosaurs.
Again, do I trust your opinion though? Because it's like, yeah, you're saying it's not obscure, but it was one season in like the early '90s. So again, it's like,
yeah, but it was basically like Muppet dinosaurs. Every 90s kid knows the show. I promise you, Phil. Every single 90s kid. Because the dinosaurs were so cool. They were. I love that little baby dinosaur that hit his dad in the head with the frying pan. It's just
Not the Mama.
It's iconic.
Oh yeah, like I said, I didn't even watch too many episodes of that, and I knew. Oh yeah, Not the Mama. Yeah.
Yeah. They had it was giving Jetsons, but dinosaurs. Because because they had the daughter and the son, and you know.
Oh, I know what. Oh, well, go ahead. I think I have a technicality on one, but yeah, no, go ahead. Go with your pick.
Oh, you have a being technically right. I told you, Phil. It's addictive. I have one that's animated. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
Which also has an amazing theme song. And it is based on the movie Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. We were giving and it came on. I think it was on Fox right after The Tick. So we were giving 90s kids just any old thing. This is what I mean. This is why my brain is warped. This is why I have ADHD.
Well, and that's the other thing too. It's like that's kind of like why the next pick's gonna go on. It's like, would anyone really have? Would anyone know of that animated series at all if it wasn't for the movie first? Like, would you remember it now?
I didn't know that it was a movie until I was older because I went to go Google it. Like, was that a fever dream? I was like, wait, it was a movie. Yes, I don't know. Yeah, that is like old, like 50s, like, you know,
Oh, yeah.
B movies type stuff for sure. But it's worth a watch, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, the cartoon was crazy. Like, I don't know what that was about. Like, 90s obscure 90s cartoons is a whole nother thing. Honestly, that's just a taste. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. They literally gave 90s kids whatever. Did we talk? Wait, what's your pick?
Hold on, let me check my dates here because it might have even started in the late 80s, but
If the majority of this, if it's more than 2 seasons, the majority of them are in the 90s. It could be a 90s show. It's okay.
Let me see. Okay, all right, from 1987 to 1991.
We'll allow it.
Another Fox show. And if it wasn't for the movie, would anyone remember 21 Jump Street?
Wait, what?
21 Jump Street.
No, I know 21 Jump Street, but it was a movie first?
No.
You're talking about the Channing Tatum.
I'm talking the Channing Tatum. Would anyone still remember it? If
I would.
Okay.
Holly Robinson Pete. Hello. Johnny Depp. Hello.
Also,
Johnny
Depp before the accent.
Yeah.
I just remember it because I know my mom would have it on like every Sunday night and stuff. Just like, oh yeah, I remember Holly Robinson Pete.
I think it's what are the other two actors? Nobody ever brings them up. Is it Dom DeLuise? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yes.
And then the Asian guy. I always forget his name, but I know his last name is Nguyen. Those are the two that never really get talked about, so I am gonna shout them out.
And then their captain.
Yeah. Well, he went on to be a Supernatural alum and a couple in X-Files.
Yeah, he was on
how
some
he
stuff.
got the Supernatural job. So yeah, Peter DeLuise, Holly. Oh, I was right. It was Dustin Nguyen. Yeah. Oh, also Richard Grieco. People don't talk about him enough either. In the show,
Peter DeLuise. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, no, that can't be Dom DeLuise. That. I think he's related though, or something like that. That's how that works. But yeah. Yeah, it was a good show. I like that show.
Sal Jenko as Sal Blowfish Banducci.
Oh, that is so late 80s, early 90s. It hurts.
Keep it in the family. And then I guess for 13 episodes, they brought in Michael DeLuise.
Yeah. After Johnny Depp left, it got weird. It got real weird. But I don't think that's obscure at all, though, honestly. I think everybody kind of knows that's Johnny Depp's like first major acting role and stuff.
I guess, yeah. It just.
And it's like one of the quintessential Fox shows, to be quite honest. So.
Oh yeah, again, that was one of the first ones. Yeah, like after.
I mean, outside of like Married with Children and X-Files and The Simpsons, I think. Jump Street is like right out there in the Hall of Fame of Fox TV shows that like kind of put them where they are. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice try, Phil. Nice try.
Thanks.
I have one. What is it? Dark Skies. On NBC, and it wanted to be the X-Files so damn bad. So damn bad. Have you ever heard of this show?
I've heard of it. Yes.
Yeah. Now, have you ever seen it? That's it.
No.
It is so bad. It is so bad. But yeah, I was just like, Fox was trying to make X-Files a thing and give it its but everybody else was trying to make X-Files too, apparently. I don't remember that part of the 90s, mainly because I did watch a lot of Fox and just late night stuff, after my parents went to bed. So, and a lot of cable. Had it all. I had Showtime. I had Cinemax. I had it all. So I didn't watch a lot of normie TV, I guess.
Oh, I know. Hey, baby. Don't sexually harass me. All right.
Do I have to call HR?
Oh, so wait. So you were the kid. Every neighborhood had one. So you were the little hellfire. You were the kid in the neighborhood where everyone ran over to your house to watch the softcore porn. Okay.
No. I don't enjoy watching porn, soft or otherwise, with anybody.
In all ways, kids, Little Hellfire loves her porn hard.
Always in love with HR. Kinda.
You would think the amount of time she spends down there. Little Hellfire has the best jokes. Even HR wants to hear them.
Yeah, for my permanent record.
Okay. All right, you brought up Dark Skies. That jogs something in my memory. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's obscure or not. Another Fox show. Anytime I turned it on, I'm like, what the hell is going on? What was that show? Millennium?
The spinoff. The other spinoff of the X-Files, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Lone Gunmen were better, but unfortunately they predicted the 9/11 attack, so they had to go.
Oh.
That's the theory, because that show was good. I guess nobody watched it, but I think it had the way the X-Files ended, it just left a bad taste in it. And Chris Carter, just not one of the best showrunners.
Oh. Lilith.
That's not obscure, baby.
We're talking obscure shows. I mean, I was gonna say, is any Star Trek show obscure?
I mean, Enterprise probably is the most obscure Star Trek show.
Oh yeah.
Soon to be Discovery, but that's none of my business.
Oh.
At this point, I think more people have seen Enterprise than Discovery, but that's a chat for another day.
I mean,
we'll get Star Trek in here somehow, some way.
Hey, well, I think the worst day in Discovery's life is when they put on Strange New Worlds.
A lot of people think DS9 is obscure.
And Little Hellfire doesn't want to associate with any of them, sir. Good day. But yes, Millennium. Ex-FBI agent Frank Black, played by Lance Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Again, 3 seasons, 67 episodes. Oh, so close.
So close. If I have a TV show, I only want to do 69 episodes. That's it. Go on top.
We're canceling.
And the last episode title will be nice.
Oh no, episode 69, the Upside Down.
Oh no.
Episode 69. This episode sucks. Oh, wait, is Noel saying that DS9 is the most obscure for Trek?
I don't think so. It's Enterprise for sure.
Yeah.
Especially according to the ratings. A lot of people actually did watch Deep Space Nine. So.
Yeah, it's Enterprise. Yeah, it's Enterprise, I'd say.
It didn't even get the full 7-season treatment. It couldn't. And yeah. Yeah.
And blink and you missed it. I swear, all the previous ones, they were blasting them out more in syndication and stuff. Yeah, Enterprise, again, you blink.
Well, yeah, they got stuck being and then also Voyager kind of got stuck, but they did a little better with being the flagship show for UPN and stuff. But Enterprise, really.
Oh yeah, I remember when Voyager premiered. I mean, they were promoting that, and hell, do you remember? I didn't even watch the show, but it's they interviewed the cast of Voyager on Entertainment Tonight and stuff. They're like, oh yeah, it starts tonight.
Yeah. Star Trek Enterprise was the 2000s.
Yeah.
It was that weird time in Star Trek history where we were done with it. Like Nemesis had come out and it was terrible. They were like, you know, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna retool, and then we got the J.J. Abrams garbage. Thank you, Bakula, for killing the franchise.
Not his fault.
Well, you know, even though I don't agree with Shatner anymore, Shatner was right.
I saw a meme the other day. It's him sitting there with Patrick Stewart and Kate Mulgrew and Avery Brooks, and it said, having successfully reunited all the Star Trek captains, Sam Beckett then leaped to his next
To go save that show, the reboot, I guess. That's funny.
Yeah, that's what they said.
We give Bakula way too much flack, though. We do.
That's what they said. That's how you save that series at the end. If he just leaps out of it.
I was like, bro, how you gonna give me a holodeck program for a question that we already know the damn answer to 2 seasons ago? I mean, it's great to have Riker. Don't get me wrong. It's great. Ooh, did you hear the theory, by the way? Sorry, we're on a Star Trek tangent because we're total nerds. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Did you hear the theory that Riker was supposed to be the main character because Picard was too old?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I could see that. Oh, and then
I want to live in that universe, low key, where Riker was like actually the main character of Star Trek Next Generation.
Well, I figured this was the case, but I also read somewhere, like, remember Best of Both Worlds?
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly they did that because Patrick Stewart was still in like talks, like contract wise.
Oh,
so like
he was always in a contract
Yeah.
negotiation.
So if
I love me some Stu Pats. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He was always in a contract negotiation.
So again, if he had been
They were
gone,
like, don't end up like Beverly Crusher. Don't do it.
that's the thing. If that was the case, it wouldn't have been a Beverly. They just would have killed him, and Riker just would have swooped in and took that show.
Yeah. No, I totally believe it. Oh man, the making of Star Trek Next Generation was a shit show. You should look into the history. It's so super interesting because it's like the last show that like Roddenberry was like sort of kind of active for.
Oh yeah.
Passed away. Yeah, it's really interesting the difference of pre and post. Gene Roddenberry. So.
Oh yeah. And again, it was like the first modern Trek. So yeah. Oh, no one's
back. That's tough to say, isn't it?
I know. Oh, no one's to be on a Star Trek episode.
Hey, we are doing the finale of Strange New Worlds in 6 weeks now, probably.
I think something like that. Yeah, Noel, are you watching Strange New Worlds?
If you're not, you're missing out. Get caught up.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's only the first season was only 10 episodes. And then, like I said, I have to go back and watch the Discovery stuff now. So I'm so bummed I have to go back and watch the Discovery stuff.
It's not every episode of season 2, so you can kind of jump around.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Let me see.
I mean, if you want, I could throw one out. You kind of reminded me when we.
Go ahead. Oh no, it was The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. starring Bruce Campbell. Like that is one of the weirdest. And like if you're a nerd, you know because only nerds love Bruce Campbell, right? Looking at you, Sam Raimi, you're a nerd too. Yeah, it's one season. They like tried to like retool them to make it like a Saturday morning cartoon on a lot of places, like on that time block.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like TNT was on some weird trying to have a children's programming and they put that there. And that's how I discovered it. I didn't watch it originally. I watched it many years after it had been out.
Oh, he's seen all the pre-Paramount Plus stuff.
I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you about Discovery. It did get off to a rocky start, but you should absolutely watch Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, and I'd say at least Picard season 3 because that is kind of like the big wrap up of all the Next Generation stuff.
Yeah, I'll leave you to it. I have no thoughts on Picard.
I mean,
Except
so
for it's the most cash grabbingest thing I've ever seen in my life, next to the J.J. Abrams, the Kelvin timeline.
So you think should we have no one to just do some like 90s
I'm
Trek?
actually in the middle of Star Trek the movie marathon. I just got past Undiscovered Country, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I had to watch the whale one before that, so that's my least favorite.
I was watching a few of them because there was a few channels were playing last couple of weeks were playing like old. I know one of the HBO channels was playing a bunch of Trek movies, like the original cast and stuff.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now. So
Oh, hey,
I'm just trying to
wait,
just slog through it.
yeah,
It's just like Leonard Nimoy, William Shatner directing. It's just like make it stop, Shakari. Oh God, yeah, I just watched that last night. It is burned in my brain, and I'm trying to get it out.
So should we do an episode of Trek? Everything up to the
Oh, we can
90s.
rank the seasons of Next Generation. We can do that.
Okay.
Like this.
Oh, I'm always
Or
down
your
for next
favorite
gen.
episodes, whatever. We can do our favorite episodes from Star Trek
Yeah,
Next Generation.
Noel, you want to do a next gen episode? But in for that. Okay, let's schedule that.
My secretary will handle that for you, Noel.
Oh, I do have nice legs. Anyway, no, you when you mentioned Holly Robinson Pete, it struck a chord in my memory, and I'm sure TGIF girl that you are, you remember hanging with Mr.
Hanging
Cooper.
with Mr. Cooper, Raven Simone, yes, post Cosby, yeah.
Yep.
That is also a pretty cool theme. He's
Fine.
the original. He is the original Golden Gate State Golden Warriors fan. Like he was there before Steph. He was there before Curry. He's been holding it down ever since.
5 seasons. I didn't know they got 5 seasons.
Oh yeah, they retooled it a lot, and I do not like when Holly Robinson Pete and Cooper and the titular characters got together. Like, bleh. I mean,
I can't blame them though.
I mean, no, I don't blame them, but it was weird. It was a weird choice.
I mean, you get a chance to get
It's
with
like
a Holly.
when Laura actually got with Steve. It's like, you should have been with Myra. Okay, like
You get a chance to be with a Holly Robinson Pete. You take it.
hey man, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue. There was a show from 90s teen heartthrob Joey Lawrence after Post Blossom Brotherly Love, where he was with his 3 real life siblings. Does anybody else remember the show? Is it just me?
I barely remember it, but yeah, I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, I was a huge. I even had his album. Like, I was.
I can't.
This is why I hate advertising and marketing. I was a sucker as a '90s kid. We were all suckers for the advertising.
I can't talk. I got Jennifer Love Hewitt's album, so yeah, no.
Don't make a song called "Bare Naked" and not be bare naked in it. Except for you, bare naked ladies. It's okay.
It's been 1 week.
Ooh. Yeah, that show was cute. It was cute. It was just a little sitcom. It was cute. And it actually got 2 seasons, so. It moved from NBC to the WB, though. I remember that was, like, one of the shows that had done that. It was, like, right when, I think it was Sabrina the Teenage Witch did it, too, around that same time, too, for her college years part of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, so. I always find that kind of interesting. Because, it doesn't happen that often anymore where TV shows will just completely switch.
Yeah.
Unless it goes to Netflix, that whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Lilith, what you just did, never do that to a man. I'm sure you know this unless you want to humiliate them. It's so cute.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's like, I know how to humiliate a man.
I mean, it's unfortunate that he's gone off the deep end in later years of his life because, yeah. I mean, Melissa and Joey, he kind of had a resurgence, but then he did that Chip and Dale thing, and I'm just like, okay, you're just cheesy again. You're just cheesy again. It's fine.
Sometimes you you go on the greatness, and sometimes you try to hang on with a Sharknado.
Oh, and I have one more, and I think if Kelly ever hears this, she'll know. She's the only other person that I know that knows this one. The Pretender, which ran from 1996 to 2000, about a guy who could become anybody. He was raised by this really creepy corporation.
You know what? You might have stumped me with that one. I don't know if I've heard of that one.
It used to come on NBC like Saturday nights at like 9 or 10. Like, yeah.
I might have heard of it, but yeah, it's not ringing a ton of bells.
Hold on, let me see.
Let me look this up. Let me see. But yeah, you might have hit me.
I stumped Phil. I did it, boys. Hold on, let me.
No, if Hellfire did watch more TV.
Oh, I by far, I guarantee you. Up until like high school where I started doing sports, yeah, I spent a lot of time with TV. Hold on, I'm gonna try to pull up the picture. Give me 1 second.
I was going to bring something up, but it's mostly in the 80s. It ended in 1990. Never mind.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if it will let me do share screen window. Yep. That
Okay.
doesn't ring a bell.
Not really. I was looking it up myself. Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Hey, you might have
Like
stumped
I
me.
said, Kelly's the only other person that I even knew. And it came on right after like Profiler, which was another really obscure show. On NBC. Like I had a fad in life where I rocked with NBC. I really did. Like after the Seinfeld, like right after Seinfeld, I was like, all right, what else does NBC have? Bless
What?
their hearts, they really tried, but now all they have is the SVU-verse. The Dick Wolf-verse, if you will. It's like Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and like the whole like Law and Order franchise. That's it. I think that's all that's on there, right?
I think so. Oh my lord! So, just for our branding instead of the Capes Lunatics network. Oh my god, we should have been the Dickiverse network. Something.
Into the dick joke verse.
To pull the go where no dick joke tellers have gone before.
I'm really sad that these nuts didn't decide to sponsor us. I'm really sad. Guys, go out and pester these nuts and tell them we have the perfect podcast network for you.
Oh my god! Again, if you could almost pay me in those chocolate bars, my son loves these nuts. Again, I think the name does half the selling, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mr. Beast.
Oh, I guess I should also talk about Sequest? DSV? Does anybody? I know most nerdy kids know about that show. So
I didn't watch it, but I did hear of it.
You know, Jonathan Brandeis, that whole thing. So
yeah.
F in the chat for one of the best teenage heartthrobs of the 90s.
Teenager?
Exactly. Yeah, that was actually a really cool show. It made a lot of girls want to be marine biologists. And it's created by Rockne S. O'Bannon, who is just like an absolute legend in TV. So, and then it was produced by Steven Spielberg too. So, like, it had a lot of cred, and a lot of people watched it. It had 3 seasons, started in 1993, ended in 96. Yeah, it was a cool show. I'm pretty sure they probably have it on Discovery or something like that. It's like it's billed as educational. So.
I was gonna say Peacock doesn't have that or anything.
You know what? And this is the crazy thing. I have tiny dick. That's what we call it. That's what we call it in my, because Peacock, small.
Oh, okay.
And it has very tiny. I mean, it has like Poker Face and reruns of The Office. I think is the only thing it has going for it at this point.
Peacock. Oh, I was gonna say Peacock doesn't have all those Law and Order series.
You know what? It doesn't have a lot. It's shocking how much it doesn't have. Truly shocking how much it doesn't have.
Well, I don't know if they.
I mean, not that I would ever. I mean, if I want to watch Law and Order, I will turn on USA.
Well, I was gonna say there's so many cable stations that run those. I mean, I guess it's probably
they don't even have Seinfeld.
Whatever the do
they even have? I don't think they even have Friends.
Well, again, Seinfeld and Friends too. That's another one like Law and Order. I don't know if they're just making so much money off syndication or
I mean, they pulled The Office off of Netflix where it was doing numbers and nobody wanted to buy Peacock just for the fucking Office. Be serious.
I mean, I know Comedy Central still plays it. I don't know if maybe just are they making? Is it possible they're making more money in like syndication on like cable or whatever than they would on Netflix?
I don't know. I mean, everybody was just trying to stick it to Netflix at one time to like,
Ah.
kind of kill it. And Netflix is still limping along, and it's still doing better than a lot of them. Like I said, Paramount Plus shockingly is the streamer to watch. Like,
Well, Netflix was carrying huge debt for a while. Are they still? Are they
well,
still?
they've always carried
Yeah.
huge debt. It's like Twitter. Like all these companies, it's like Twitter, like and a couple of other like social media companies.
Oh, it's like the U.S.
They were all
government.
trying to get new users instead of making money. And now that the interest rates are so high and nobody wants to invest, now that's why we're not sharing passwords. That's why you're seeing all of this now. So
You need the money.
It's like,
Danny.
babes, do you remember how you put Blockbuster out of business? You're starting to look like Blockbuster.
Oh my God! Did you see that when they were talking about all the passwords and stuff? Does Blockbuster have a Twitter account? Because they were like, oh, Blockbuster, or someone claiming to be a Blockbuster account was just like, see, back in the day, we didn't care how many people you shared your VHS tapes with. All we cared was you rewound it and brought it back on time.
But you were kind and you made sure to rewind. That's
and brought it back on time.
Listen, you weren't a 90s Blockbuster card carrying kid if you didn't have the automatic rewinder. I'm just saying, like right before you leave, boop, boop, let's go. That's how much I put to. Well, I had that. We had Hollywood Video. Because Hollywood Video sometimes had more obscure selections, if you will. I'm not gonna put anybody on blast, but it had the curtain. If you know, you know.
I don't think my Hollywood Video had the curtain. I don't think so.
Our Hollywood Video had the curtain. Also, where were we? Somewhere in the Midwest. I think it's Family Video. Family Video had the curtain as well.
Oh my.
The curtain denotes adult content for those of us who were not old enough to remember.
Denotes the appearance of yes, the nipple and full-on genitalia, kids.
If you're lucky.
Is it a bunch of softcore?
Yeah, a lot of it. Like I think they were like legally. I don't think they had like the hardcore stuff, if I remember right, in certain places. So, yeah, you had to have your good old squiggly Skinamax.
I remember.
Oh, I would be so remiss. I don't think that it's no, the Ben Stiller show is totally obscure. Do you remember that?
I remember it again. That's another one I don't think I watched, but I remember
like
hearing
one
about
season.
it. Yeah.
And then Caroline in the City. I've made mention of this many times, and people kind of looked at me like I'm stupid. But it's Caroline Ray. She was once upon a time America's sweetheart after Howard the Duck, showing side boob and Howard the Duck.
Oh my. Oh wait, that's not Caroline Ray. That's
No, my bad. I don't know why I said Caroline Ray. I'm so stupid.
Because you're a Sabrina the Teenage Witch fan?
I am! It's all converging. So funny.
But a lot of those like NBC shows or something. I would just like leave NBC on and just like stuff would come on. I'm like, oh yeah. Leah Thompson, is that who you're talking about?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Tom Lagore as Remo. Oh.
I got someone's taking Charlie's place brilliantly. Who? I'm not good with names. Who is that?
I mean, it is Saturday morning, and I did go out last night. My brain is not firing on all cylinders, Philip.
Thank you, Captain Hangover.
But yeah, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, and people look at me like I'm dumb.
Is that obscure?
I think it is for people of a certain age. I think if you're like over 60, you probably know it. But like people our age, I watched it with my grandma on Saturday nights when I had to spend the night over there. So I watched that and like Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, I mean, I thought even as
I know a lot of people who don't know what I'm talking about. When
even if you're a '90s kid, I would think, I swear they advertise that thing everywhere. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. So even if you never saw it, I think you would know about it.
You know, I'm gonna go do a street interview next time I get up to the States. I'm like, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman? No. That show was crazy bonkers though.
Yeah, right now, none of those cactuses know what it is.
Exactly. I mean, if a cactus starts talking, I need to go.
Stop drinking, love.
I need to go talk to my pharmacist.
cut it down to 80, not 100. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that should wrap it up. I mean, should we include? I think people know Sliders.
I think so. But yeah, again, another Fox show. Yeah, another Jerry O'Connell.
Oh man, that show went on for way too long, to the point where it was only the crying man left. That was wild.
I know. It's like I was
still watching. I don't know why I was still watching.
They're just
they didn't even know anything about the damn device.
The premise is just so weird, kids, because like these 4 people just like try to get home.
They
Traveling.
literally just pulled that poor black man into it for the shenanigans.
He literally
He's just
like
driving his car, minding his business on the way to his big comeback. And I mean, really, the crying man is who you feel the saddest for.
It's basically just the Ernie Hudson effect. It's like, we need a black guy. Okay, let's just pull him in.
So weird. This show was so.
But yes, these people jumping from alternate reality to alternate reality, trying to get home, and like you said, by the end there was only like one. He was the only original one left. It's kind of depressing.
Damn you, Jerry! You're gonna go pull your brother in because he needed work for a whole season.
But it's just like so depressing. It's like the end of Quantum Leap. It's like, none of them really got home.
I know, like how they could have. Honestly, they didn't even have to put that. Like, why would you put that? He never made. You could have lied to us.
I know.
That was his final leap. He made it home. Just lie to us.
I know. Quantum Leap was weird because that was only supposed to be a season finale, not a series finale. But again, yes, it was just text on the screen. You did not have to put that there.
you didn't have to put anything. You could have just leave it our imagination.
Just leave it open-ended.
Yeah, they wouldn't be in the predicament they are now.
Pull Sopranos ending.
Babes, too soon. Don't feed the trolls. That is way too soon.
Yeah, it's only 15, 20 years ago. Hello.
That ending is still controversial. Oh, we should talk that too. Controversial TV show endings. Put it on the list, Phil. All right. We're at hour 6. We have a whole nother show to do, so we'll surprise you with some content next week as well. I'm pretty sure it'll be 90s related.
I was gonna say, unless we can get Nolan here for that next gen talk or something.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, kids, send us your thoughts. What were some of your obscure 90s TV show favorites? Is there anything we missed? I'm sure there is. Can you stumble with Hellfire with something she hasn't seen? Probably they want to be Ray just because it was like an Australian show or something.
You'd be surprised how much Australian TV I know.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, like, Australian soap operas hit a little different. I just got done watching some weird mermaid drug dealing show that was Australian. So, like,
whoa, what?
I think it's called like Sirens or something. I'll have to look it up. It's on Netflix.
They're gonna say something like, "Oh yeah, I watch Tony and the Drop Bear every week." Yes.
Oh, that's a good band name. Tidelands.
Drop Bear Invasion.
I'm changing my name right now.
As Ray is just banging his head into the wall at this point. All right, so send us all your thoughts. Email us saltyandpetty69@gmail.com. That's saltyandpetty69, Lilith Brand @gmail.com. And again, you could call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merch, and the Patreon where Lilith Hellfire rules. Find it all at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
Come to the torture session as we cover some more Heroes Reborn. Maybe I can get in all 12 cans of whatever I decide to drink for the next one. Come find out.
The Capes and Lunatics Patreon was basically our new BDSM room where Lilith and I just like torture each other. Torturing each other. So yes, find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. And make sure you check the show notes for the Kickstarter for Charlie's Family, because
GoFundMe.
I'm sorry. I do so many shows. Yes, GoFundMe. Yes, please go check out the
Was that from your
GoFundMe.
interview last night, Phil?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely, yes. So yeah, go check out the GoFundMe because again, I was just thinking of this. You know who would have some obscure TV show? It would have been Charlie Esser.
Oh, I don't know if it would have been 90s. It would definitely been like obscure 70s shows. Charlie would have been king. We're like, no.
Whatever
Pull my
era,
man.
Pull
my man.
whatever movie or whatever era, I know there would be some TV show that he would have been able to stump you with.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was watching 70 shows in the 90s. What are you? All right, so yes, please check that out. And Lilith Hellfire, where can people find you watching TV?
Oh, if you want to recommend some obscure 90s TVs, because Mama loves to sail the high seas of piracy, feel free to friend me on Facebook and leave me a recommendation.
You know her favorite show?
Lubricated eels are the best.
I don't think those are tentacles.
Her favorite thing to watch on television?
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Volume 3.
I mean, I did watch Oz as a child, which was a mistake.
Oh.
It was a mistake.
You know why she was there, kids. The Maloney Baloney.
Oh, yeah. More like his dump truck. Please.
Hi, this is... Whoa! Whoa! The dump truck.
Papa's got cakes.
Whoa! All right. Let's get out of here. Again, kids, at some future day, yes, we'll have no one here to talk some next gen. Been threatening the null tape. We're gonna give you the null tape.
Hey Phil, when do you think Law and Order SVU is gonna end? When Mariska passes away?
I was gonna say the day after Mariska passes away, maybe.
Okay. I was gonna say I want to get caught up, but it's just impossible at this point.
It's only 20-some seasons. Come on. Put Supernatural to shame.
Yeah.
Go watch some TV, kids.